I've been planning a birthday party for my girls as they were both turning 16 and 13. But having organized everything and gotten everything ready, the food, the drinks, the music, all the champagne, I realized that there was still that one thing that was beyond my control: the weather. If you're familiar with the UK weather, then you know that even in the summer, it's always a hit and miss. You just don't know when it might rain. But this time around, I wasn't going to allow my energy to be drained with all that worry about the weather. If you remember that serenity prayer, it says, "Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change." That's when you realize that the weather is in that category of those things that you cannot change. So why do we worry ourselves so much about it when we know that in actual fact, we can't do anything about it? Why do we make ourselves miserable because of it? Oh, I wanted to go out camping with my friends tomorrow. I think it's going to rain. Oh, it's my birthday next week. It better not rain. In Nigeria, we say, "Who you be?" You know nothing about those who are in charge of that weather. But somehow you want them to pander to your needs, your need for sunshine, just because you are about to step out. You actually forget that you only dropped into the planet only a few years ago, and the weather has been going on for billions of years. So whilst I was planning this party, I tried to convince myself that I wasn't going to disturb myself about the weather. But then my very concerned friends and families kept sending me messages. "Oh, is this party still going to happen? The weather forecast doesn't look good. They say that the clouds will be really heavy and it's going to rain seriously." I'm like, oh, in my mind, I'm thinking, just stop. It is what it is. If your life and your fun is going to be dependent on the weather, then you don't know how to have fun. Admittedly, it would be nice for sunshine on a day when you want to have a party. But then the sunshine is not out for just you. It's for you to determine if you want to enjoy it or if you're going to moan about it. Because even with the rain, there are people who are enjoying the rain. And even with the sunshine, there are people who are complaining about the sunshine. So we just have to relax about the weather. I know that many years ago, when I was a lot younger, this constant talk about the weather before an event that I was hosting would have put so much pressure on me. But lately, I've resolved in my mind, I've decided that I don't need to stress on the things that I have very little control over, because it's actually a wrong way to channel your energy when you know you can't do anything about it. Many centuries ago in African spirituality and in many other cultures, there were those that we referred to as the rainmakers. And there were stories that were told about how these rainmakers will plead with the nature beings who were in charge of the rain. And they will hold the rain, or they would even invoke a heavy downpour when the lands were dry. And most villages they were blessed with that one rainmaker who could speak with the nature beings, or a seer at least who could look into the future through a crystal ball. And these seers had the ability to communicate with these nature beings who were in charge of all the elements of rain, of fire, of water, of the earth. And these nature beings would warn us of impending danger or heavy downpour that was coming, so that most people who heeded these warnings will then stay home, stay safe, and be protected. Today, people of African origin even laugh at the possibility of rainmakers or of people who can speak with nature beings. I remember someone saying that in his village, they could hold the rain so that it was raining in a few streets, and then the other streets were dry. And everyone laughed at him and even pointed to the fact that, come on, man, you believe that? You're educated, aren't you? We really have lost something vital to our identity. Our intellectual mind has blocked that ability to comprehend the simplicity of nature. This is a factual happening in our history that has been lost because none of us ever carried on with that ideology, and it was sold as something derogatory or something witchcraft or black magic, something uncivilized, so that the very people who could have carried on that tradition of working with nature beings, just like our ancestors did back then, those who today could have expanded their consciousness to understand the forces of nature and the laws that guide it, we are now so barren, so gullible, so reliant on Western meteorologists and BBC News to tell us about the weather, while we worry about it, like, oh, is it going to rain? Oh, is it going to be sunny? When our ancestors consulted the true weather managers before even opening their doors to step out. It really is a loss on our generation. But anyway, the good news was we had our party and it was nice and sunny, and it only rained for a few minutes, contrary to the weather forecast, which said it was going to be rain all day. So I had to give thanks to the nature beings. I had to speak about them with this opportunity, because I do believe that in the near future, there will come a time when that meteorologist's way of looking at the weather will become extinct, and a new way will be shown to us, hopefully one that promotes working hand in hand with these nature beings and recognizing the wonderful role that they play in our universe, recognizing their activities and being grateful to them. And the easiest way for us to do that, the simplest way for us to do that, is to just accept the weather. Just like the sky is blue and the grass is green, and there's nothing you can do about it. We have to stop complaining when it's raining. You must have heard about the British, right? They start every conversation with the weather. And usually it's about them complaining about the weather. So I believe that the nature beings give them more and more of the same kind of weather for them to keep complaining about. I always say that nothing in the world is bothering you. You are the one bothering yourself about something. And so if the weather is one of those things that you're bothering yourself about, you're going to be so miserable because you cannot do anything about it. I mean, what a pointless exercise that is. So it's time that we switch our mindset and see that the world has been going on for billions of years. We are merely stopping by for a minute or so. So it's better to just enjoy every weather that you're blessed with before you get to leave the planet. I mean, one of the happiest moments that I've had this year was playing and dancing in the rain. It's just the best feeling in the world. You have to try it. So today, I want you to ask yourself, how am I connecting with nature? Am I appreciating or am I complaining? Am I showing gratitude or am I always moaning about the weather because it doesn't suit my own plans, my own selfish interest? Until next time, stay blessed. Don't worry about the weather. It is what it is. Bye for now.